Hello, sir. I just wanted to quickly follow up here and give you a high level of my progress for some of the Medicare UX enhancements. So, just to kind of roll right out the gate here, if we're thinking about this from a process perspective, on the product details page, we need to talk about what we want this message to say. I really haven't done anything with it thus far because I need to get a little bit of feedback from you about the direction there. Okay, so going ahead in the process here, this is if we added an item to the cart. The next kind of question or thing we can talk about is the supply period. So do we want to keep that or take that away? And then as well as some of the contextual help icons on this page we need to talk about as well. So then I'm going to kind of skip to the meat and potatoes here. So what I did for the health insurance page, so this is, after you put in your doctor and condition, you go to the health insurance here. What I wanted to do was add a little bit of additional information for folks as they're kind of coming through. And I think it's not disruptive to the process, and I'll kind of walk through that here. What we did is, your primary health insurance here, and then on the right, some Medicare quick links. You and I talked about putting these further along in the process. I popped them here just for now, just to kind of experiment. But I do think that we need something along the lines of some quick links or, some additional information, whether that's here or on the other, like the PCOS doctor page is kind of up for debate. So the other thing would be these would need to open up in a window that's kind of smaller here so that it is almost like acts as a modal and they don't get lost. So we have to talk about that as well. The other thing was I tried to clean up the questions here, the Medicaid questions. So I wanted to kind of prepare the people who are using this for the process. So let them know there's going to be 1 through 3 questions below, and then just kind of simplified the questions. This is essentially placeholder text, but it still functions in the same way. But what I did was I wanted to add some additional information to help further articulate the questions. So I have this show additional or show more, show less information here. We can talk about if the best way to do that is to hide the information or just kind of keep it. My thought is that the less information we have on screen and the clearer this question is going to be up front, then it doesn't really matter, because then we're taking care of this ahead of time, but it's also here if they need it. So we can also talk about that, okay? Again, these are just kind of my shot at these questions. I still need to meet with Nancy, and a B. I wanted to get a little bit further in this before talking to her as well. This is much the same, just kind of keeping that same convention, just further articulating the questioning, the question scenarios there. Okay, so then there's the next one I would show you. Would be this one. Okay. So PCOS validation here. I wanted to talk to you about this and see kind of if there's anything we could do here, because this is kind of a nightmare. But what I did want to show you was we talked about changing this to supplies at home, which I did here. And then, I know this is for each item, so in this case, these questions could be repeating, but kind of just changed the way. Oh, actually, I think there's a different. Okay, let's look at this one. There's a couple different ways we could do this. So this is the limits. I need to talk to you about this as well to understand what are the 4 options that could be here. So I need to do that with you soon. And then the supplies at home here, this kind of has similar functionality to the one above. It can give a little bit of articulation to what these questions are asking here, but then it doesn't always have to be there on the screen. So it's a little less cumbersome, and maybe people can get through it quicker. So this is kind of where I'm at here, in between the care stuff I've been pulled onto, and then some other tasks I'm trying to wrap up. We definitely need to meet so I can iron out some of these questions and start finalizing the design to bring to Nancy and them. And then we should also talk about some additional, if you think there needs to be more or less information here, kind of talk through that stuff. But from a UX standpoint, I feel it's successful because we're minimizing the amount of screen information here. We're giving them a little bit more clarity as to what we're asking here. And this kind of goes for both pages as well. So anyhow, that's where I am. I'm going to be kind of in and out the next couple of days, but we definitely need to get someone on the calendar to talk further about this. All right. See ya.